All right, let's see what the message is here. Excuse my leather apron and clothes. I'm cleaning the houses and I'm taking a break. All right, let's see what we want to talk about here. Some of you are spreading yourselves too thin. So thin, it's like a graham cracker, is like how I'm seeing it. And although a graham cracker does have a little bit of solid energy, it's brittle. It can snap at any point. Okay. We have Archangel Michael, trusting heaven. Okay. And it might just be that you feel so spread thin that all these fears are coming up where you're not feeling very safe. You may not be feeling like you see the hope or the light at the end of the tunnel. But this, with this card, it's basically like surrender your concerns to the angels so that miracles can occur, because we often project into our future how something should happen. It should happen A, B, C, D. And really, there are lots of times where you're going to skip B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and then you just all get all the way down to like X, or Y. And you don't need, and you just skip leaps and bounds. And you don't know that there might just be a course that you don't see to get you out of this space of brittleness, of being spread too thin, to place you to exactly where you need to go, where you're going next, or how something is going to manifest. Whoops. I wasn't feeling like that was the card. I felt like that was just like my hands not grabbing this deck fully. It's a very big deck. But if it falls out again, then we know. There we go. Seer. See beyond the current situation. See, guys, don't get so caught up in what you see, because always what you see is not what you actually get. All right. What you see when you look at a house is the facade of the house. You don't see the inlay and the details of all the rooms, the quality of the wires in the walls, the oriental carpets on the ground. All you see is the shape of the house. And you might look at a house and go, man, that house is really ugly house. And then not know that inside it has like cherry wood and marble and a 2,000-year-old statue of a miniature David carved by some famous person's cousin. Who knows? Um, So don't allow yourself to be blocked by the visual of what you see. Like they say, you can't always see the forest for the trees because you're just so close, or and if you're too close to a fire, you become blind. You become blind because just the light is just in your eyes, okay? So you have to use your mind's eye here as the seer to see the potential of something. And that might not even look like visualizing it, that might just be how it feels to have that in your space. Okay. That might be the version of seeing that you have. Some of you guys don't have a good imagination. But if you could just pretend like you had something, or pretend what that would feel like and feel it in your body, you might be able to break through your own limits and your own illusions. Okay. Whoa. Swan. Demonstrate grace and majesty. Okay. I love this. Demonstrate grace and majesty. What is grace? Grace is moving through a situation where you don't beat yourself up, where you are kind to yourself. You're your own friend. It's a person who, I'm not saying that not verbalizing your experience, because your experience is absolutely valid, but not telling 15 people the same problem that you have, not becoming a victim, not saying poor me, not allowing this to defeat you. And I'm not saying there's not going to be moments where you, the graham cracker, start to break pieces off or break in half. But it's your ability to stand back up again. It's your ability to tap into that inner knowing, that inner light, and that inner appreciation that this that is happening around you is not something that's going to completely be so cataclysmic that you just stop existing altogether. Okay. Sometimes grace looks like trying to do the hokey pokey while you have Legos stuck on the bottoms of your feet. But you still try to do that hokey pokey without the wincing face on your face just because the kids want to see you do the hokey pokey. Okay? So give yourself some grace, room for error, room for innocence, room to grow. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's pull one more. This is going to be a very short one because I want to post it today. Anything else from this deck? Doesn't look like it. Anything else from this deck? There we go. I was just talking about you. Eagle. See from a higher perspective. Don't look at the immediate problem as the end all be all. Okay? Don't look at it that way. If something isn't going to matter for you in 5 years, don't give all your attention, all your energy, all your mental fortitude to it, because you're just draining yourself. Okay? You have to see things from the biggest picture possible that you could imagine. And that biggest picture possible is what's going to start to get you to start to look at different paths. It's like using Google Maps and then zooming out just enough so that you start to see the trails that you haven't explored before. Okay? So allow yourself to ask yourself these questions of, what do I really want as the outcome of the situation in the bigger scope? Because it could be just as easy as saying, oh, I just want to be happy. Okay, well, if you zoom out happy, what does that actually entail? Well, that feels like this, and this, right? So zoom out of the problem. Oh, I feel suffocated by this relationship. Okay, well, if you zoom out to the higher perspective of that, is it just this one particular avenue that makes you feel suffocated? Or is it the relationship itself? Or is it because you've had a long period where you haven't expressed yourself and now you don't know what to say, and now you're just feeling resentful, and now you're feeling stuck? Zoom out. Where have I allowed myself to think small? Where am I too close? And then implement a plan of action. The ego isn't going to waste its energy just darting itself down to try to grab any old fish. It's going to really focus. And then once it's locked in its eye line, all the way from wherever it's at, once it's locked into its eye line, then it's going to expend a serious amount of energy to grab what it's hunting. So that's how we need to be. We need to focus on what it is exactly that we want, and then expend our energy in that direction so that we can then get our mark and hit our target. And trust in the angels that they're helping you. Call on them. You can ask Archangel Michael to keep you safe while you're transitioning through whatever this circumstance is at the moment. And all of these cards are pretty much about higher perspective and seeing the situation and moving through this with as much grace as possible. So that's what I have for you guys. I hope this helps, and I will see you on the next one. And if you appreciated this at all, feel free to comment or hit a like. It's a brand new channel, and it's the only way I'm going to know that you guys are watching and appreciating. And that's the only way the algorithm is going to tell other people that this new channel exists, because it is, YouTube land. All right. Have a good one. Ciao.